Hey, IFBB Pro, Johnnie O here, and welcome to the Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O. Welcome in everybody this week to the Hardcore Truth, and this week we're going to do a recap on the Indy Pro. What an exciting show it was this weekend, folks, the Indy Pro. But first, I want to say big ups to the promotion, to the promoters. Really exciting to see women's bodybuilding back into an IFBB Pro show. I was really excited, really stunned when I heard they had a women bodybuilding lineup in it, and they didn't disappoint. Congratulations to all the women; they look great, and really look forward to seeing you guys in the future in more IFBB Pro shows. But back to what we are here for, and we're here to recap the Indy Pro. Like I said, what an exciting show. And we're going to go over the top five is who I'm interested in. So let's go over it, guys. I'll give you my opinion on each guy and, what happened blow by blow almost from the show. So anyway, so fifth place, we got Brent Swanson. So I don't know much about Brent Swanson. He's new for me, but I have to say, great job. Big ups to you, because it seemed like, I don't know, I'm not in his head, but it seemed like he did what it took. He did what got him to the show in the first place was his conditioning. Really great balance, really great conditioning he brought to the show. Usually guys, once they turn pro, they play the size game more and get out their comfort zone. And what brought him to the battle, or brought him to the game, is like I said, good muscle balance and great conditioning. That's normally what the national level competitors have. Once they, like I said, move over into the pro ranks, they start playing the size game. They want to be Ronnie Coleman size tomorrow. But this guy looked like he picked the right show, the right lineup to present his body, to make it the best for himself, to make the best run for himself. And he really did. He showed up in great condition, and you get rewarded. So great job to Brent. Look forward to see you in the near future. Of course, you have to size up. That's the only big, negative thing I have to say about, anything about him is, it's just a matter of time. And mind you, don't waste time, but take your time and be smart and bring that body up. It's way nicely balanced already. Just bring it up, dense, a little bit more dense muscle, and keep that conditioning going, man. Great job, and we'll see you next time, okay? So now in fourth place, we got Justin Rodriguez. I have to say, pretty big disappointment for myself from the Arnold. What a amazing body, presentation, conditioning, balance he brought to the stage. This one, not so much. And I know that this wasn't what he wanted, of course. No one in his position, no one who's picking up momentum like he has picked up momentum in the last few years, want to let himself down, let alone anyone else. So in saying that, his body might have been still taxed out from the Arnold. Need a little bit more rest. I don't know. I'm not him. Some of the bigger guys need a little bit more rest. And sometimes you don't realize that because you've done well in the show before, and you're taking that momentum that you build up for yourself into these next shows. And I was a workhorse myself, so I can't say that he's doing a bad thing by jumping right back into it and getting back on stage. You just don't know how your body's going to respond. And being on the bigger side, sometimes when you try to do the same thing you did before, your body don't respond the same way. So I'm sure he came into a little bit of that. And like I said, I'm not going to say he let himself down with not trying. I'm sure, like I said, a guy in his position, a guy who picked up the momentum as much as he did the last few years, I'm sure he grind and sure did his best to look his best is just, the timing just was off. His body might have not, like I said, responded as fast as he wanted to prepare for this show. He has another week to get it ready for the New York Pro. I'm sure these guys are professional. He'll take a step back, get together with his coach and everybody else that support him, and figure this thing out. And we'll see a bigger and better Justin Rodriguez at the New York Pro. One of my favorite shows there is on the IFBB circuit is the New York Pro for sure. Okay, now we got Max Charles, the Max veteran. I competed with Max many shows. Max beat me before. Got second. He got second. I got third. In the show before out in Florida, the Tampa Pro. I think Fuad. I bid one. Well, I know he did. Max was second. I got third. We've been on the circuit together, competed together, and everything. Max looked really good. He's improved himself. I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago. Maybe that long. I might be wrong, but it might have been about that long ago when he started working with Milos Sarcev and discovered new Max Charles. And he's been more or less consistent with that look. Even though, I say he's been consistent with that look, but it's been here and there. It's like, for the Indy Pro prejudging, for example, it was a slightly off on prejudging. Cleaned it up for the night show, came back. I think Justin was in front of him, leaving prejudging. And he, like I said, he made it up. And by the time he came back in for the night show, he slammed it, man. He hit the nail, directly on the head. I mean, it looked amazing. Great comeback. Good story. Only thing I have to say is, just start out that way. You know what I mean? Start out that way, and then by the night show, you will be even more improved. And for Max, it's still, for me, is more or less the same thing, bringing up the back. That's all I see is being a little bit more consistent, within the show of, coming in, kicking right at the beginning, right at the start, not having a little bit of a slow start and making it up later on. Not every time you're going to be able to, change places like that. You just so happen to be just that much more off to where Max was able to, surpass him for what he did between prejudging and night show. But like I said, you don't want to, live your life doing that. You want to come in and, strike it hard from the beginning. I know Max know how to do that. Like I said, I've been around him. Been on the circuit for a while. He's a veteran, so no doubt, here in the near future, when we see him again, we'll see that same sharp Max Charles, hopefully right out the bat. So good luck, Charles. We'll see you in the next show. Okay, so now we're down to the nitty gritty. And man, I have to say this was a really hard decision, I'm sure, for the judges. These two guys really put it together. These two guys showed up in immaculate condition. I still will give Blessing, maybe that much in conditioning. I think Charles could have been filled out a little bit more. He was a tad bit flat for me, and could have been filled out a little bit more. And I'm really nitpicking because these guys were pretty even. Like I said, legs were immaculate. Both of them full big legs. I would say again with Charles, I would, and I think it still have to do with food and being filled out a little bit. His upper body could have been a little bit fuller, a little bit bigger to match the massive legs of his. But like I said, I'm nitpicking because these guys, and I have to because they're the top two, and there could only be one. And obviously, Blessing won. I think on that end, Blessing was a little bit, genetically a little bit more pleasing to look at, a little bit rounder muscle bellies, a little bit prettier physique. I know Charles took some time off for a bit, and I don't really know exactly why, but I know it was definitely to improve his body, which he definitely has. Improved his midsection doing the vacuum. I mean, that's awesome. I will still work on getting getting a little bit more V taper going as well for him. But overall, I mean, he looked great. Vast improvements. Arms are just insane. Back insane. Chest can be brought up a little bit, and I think that will help the waist, or the taper look a little bit better. Charles, I think, had the thickness. Won it in the thickness realm. And then Blessing also, like I said, aesthetically, I think he was a little bit more pleasing, but still has some structural flaws that he'll definitely overcome because the improvements that he's made over the last year is pretty surprising to me. I've come in contact with him a couple times, never really stopped and talked to him for any length of time. To tell you the truth, his antics are a little bit much for me. He's in your face, kind of outgoing, in your face and stuff like that. That's a little bit much for me. So I mean, I tend to shy away from that a little bit. So mind you, I like I said, we never really had a deep conversations. Just kind of like hello or what's up and passing and stuff like that. But yeah. I have to give it to him. Amazing job. Him and his coach over the last year made vast improvements in that physique. It looks really great. Like I said, I still think a little bit of structural flaws there, here and there, and I'm really nitpicking with gaining a little bit more size because he's on the taller side, and gaining a little bit more size will help that for sure. But overall, man, this was a really great show, the Indy Pro. Also, I like to mention the 212 guys. I mean, those guys looked amazing. Great conditioning. Like I said, I would love to see the 212 guys start mixing it up a little bit more with the open guys. I think with that, it'll make the open guys step up a little bit more and come in a little bit better conditioning and a little bit better balance. I think that this would the 212 guys will bring to the plate for the open guys, and then also let the 212 guys get a little bit more confidence, gain a little bit more confidence in themselves, not thinking the best of the little guys, and knowing that anyone can get beat on any day as long as you take care of what you need to take care of and bring the best you can bring to the stage. Well, that's it this week, guys. The recap of the Indy Pro. Like I said, big ups to the promoter for bringing women's bodybuilding back. It was a great lineup. Can't wait to see him again. Also, good luck to the guys who are going from the Indy Pro on to the New York Pro in a week. Good luck to you guys. That's, like I said before, that's one of my favorite shows on the circus, the New York Pro. So really excited to see that, see the competition there. Hey guys, let me know how you dislike this, share, comment. Let me know what you want me to talk about. If any one of the top 5 you want to go on details with, let me know. If you accept what I said, if you don't, I don't really care. No, I'm just kidding. Let me know. Comment. Like I said, thanks for coming in. You're watching The Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O. Jackson. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Generation Iron, again, for giving me this platform. This has been fun. Let's keep it rolling, guys. See you next time.